So in the previous video we saw how to loading data into a table, and we had this example with 6 columns, and right now we're gonna see how to add individual records. So when you want to add new records one at a time, the insert statement is useful. In its simplest form, you supply values for each column and the order in which the columns were listed in the create table statement. Suppose that Diane, and they're talking about these examples, and let me see the owner they're talking about here, Diane, and this column has the name, and this column is going to be the species of the animal that Diane has. Diane has a dog, the sex is male, and the day of birth was this date, and when the dog passed away, it was this date. So we have that. So suppose that Diane gets a new hamster named Puffball. You could add a new record using an insert statement like this. So we're gonna use the insert into uppercase letters and then the name of our table. So right now we're gonna go, let me see, we're gonna go into the terminal, into the Windows terminal. I'm gonna make it bigger, and I'm gonna type in MySQL -u root -p, so it's gonna prompt me for my password. And okay, let me in. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this table again. Let me see, I'm gonna just copy it like a real quick here. I want to show you something, so I'm gonna go into this folder, programming.js folder, and I'm gonna create a new folder here that I'm gonna name it, let me see, MySQL, I don't know, MySQL PJS, like this. And here we are gonna have a file, so we are gonna have, let me see, yeah, it's gonna be, let's name it pet, so it's gonna be pet.txt. Let's make it extra large icon, and we're gonna go here and we're just gonna paste it what we just copied. So like that, Control S to paste it if you're in a Windows. So paste it just like it is right now. So we have that, and now this is the path. So it's gonna be in the disk C in programming.js, and then it's gonna be in MySQL PJS. So we have that up to this point. And let me see, I'm gonna use this, what is the date of the database? It was Menagerie. That was the name of our database. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in show tables and end that with a semicolon. So we have this table name pet. So if I do this select, let me see, okay, if I do select and then all from pet, let me see, what do I have? And okay, so we have here, we have, okay, so yeah, we have name, Fluffy, close, fam, Cripsy, Whistler. Okay, everything is fine here. So I'm gonna show you something, how to delete this table. So let me see, it was here, and how to drop. So we're gonna put in delete from pet. No, it was just drop. So we are gonna go into this terminal, and we are just gonna name it drop, and we're gonna drop the table name pet. So like this, and we end up with a semicolon, and like that. And now let me see, I'm gonna type in show tables like that, and it's empty. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna do the same thing that we did yesterday, create a new table, but we're gonna do it really quick, so don't worry about it. So I'm gonna go like right here, and I'm gonna just copy this, I'm gonna paste it here. So create table name pet, we have that, and we're gonna just copy this one real quick. So I'm doing this to show you that you can put a different path. So you can put your file .txt in whatever folder you have, but you have to change the path. So we're gonna do that. And okay, so we have that up to this point, that's fine. And now, okay, we can just put show tables. So if we put show tables like this, okay, so now we have the pet table. So right now we are gonna go into the, and this is all in the documentation, we are gonna go into the MySQL local, yeah, this one. So it's gonna be, I'm just gonna copy this one, and let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this MySQL stuff here. So we have load data local and file, and inside of the single quotes we're gonna have the path, and it's gonna be into the table pet. So we have that, and yeah, I name it, the name of our file is pet.txt, so that's fine. So we're just gonna copy, or we're just gonna change the path. So just before, or just before the slash after pet, so we're gonna just copy this, and yeah, we're gonna change the backslash to forward slash like this. So we have local, okay, load data local and file is gonna be C programming.js MySQL pet. Okay, so we're gonna populate it, we're gonna present it, and let's see if we have any error. So okay, so we have this error. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did yesterday or in the previous video. We're gonna set the global, we're gonna, let me see, we're gonna set global, and we're gonna type in local underscore and lowercase local underscore and file, and we're gonna set it to 1. So it's gonna be local underscore and file, and we're gonna set it to 1 semicolon. Okay, so that is okay. And now we can just quit here, and we're gonna pretty much log in with our credentials again. So I'm gonna type in MySQL and then double hyphen this time, and we're gonna type in local underscore and file. It's gonna be and file, and we're gonna set it to 1. So it's gonna be double hyphen local. No, it's not gonna be underscore here, it's just gonna be hyphen and file, and we are gonna set it to 1. So that's the difference. And then we're just gonna put hyphen u root and then hyphen p. So let me see. So we have MySQL double hyphen local hyphen and file, we are setting it to 1, hyphen u root, and then the password. So we're gonna press enter, and then it's gonna prompt us for our password. Okay, so okay, so now we shouldn't have any problem. So we are gonna use this managery database. Okay, now we're gonna put in show tables like this. Okay, so semicolon, and we have the pet. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, okay, so I have load data local and file, and this is the path. So it's gonna be in C disk, then it's programming.js, then it's gonna be in the folder MySQL pages, and then the file is gonna be pet.txt. So let's type in presenter, and it works. So I just wanted to show you this, so you can see that you can pretty much put your file in whatever folder you want, and pretty much if you make a mistake, you can just drop your table and just update your file. So we're gonna select from pet like this. So we're gonna see this statement right now, and we're gonna end up with a semicolon. And as you can see, we have 6 columns: the name, the owner, species, sex, birth, and death. So that's that. And now we are gonna, okay, so again, if the statement fails, so we're gonna do what we just did. So just pretty much you have to, step 1, you have to set the global local underscore and file set to 1. Then you need to pretty much kind of like a restart, so you just quit and then you log in with your credential again, but you type in MySQL and then double hyphen colon hyphen m file and set to 1, and then hyphen u root and then hyphen p for your password. I mean for MySQL to prompt you to enter your password. So just like we did. So here, when you want to add new records one at a time, the insert statement is useful. In the simplest form, you supply values for each column. So we are gonna do this. Suppose that Diane gets a new hamster named Puffball. You could add a new record using the insert statement like this. So this is what we are gonna do. Okay, so we have, let me see, so we have six columns, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 9 rows. So it's like right here. So we are just gonna type in the insert. Let me see, it's gonna be insert, and it's gonna be into the table. The table is gonna be pet with lowercase letters. So we're gonna press enter, and now we're gonna put in values. So now open close parentheses, and we're gonna put 2 single quotes, and the name is gonna be I think it was Puff. Okay, Puffball, like this, comma after the 2 single quotes. We're gonna open single quotes again. The name is gonna be Diane. Let me see, Diane. So okay, that's fine. So like this, comma, and now we're gonna have that is gonna have a hamster like this, comma after the single quotes. The sex is gonna be female, so we just have an F, and now the date of birth is gonna be 1999, and it's gonna be 03, so this is gonna be March, and finally we're gonna have the day, that is gonna be 30th. Outside of that, in capital letters, we're just gonna type in null, and we are gonna end up this statement with a semicolon. So we started with insert into, so this is the statement, insert into the table pet, and then values, and then we're having this value. So we're gonna insert Puff. The name is gonna be Puffball, then the owner is gonna be Diane, the species is gonna be a hamster, the sex is gonna be F for female, this is the birth, it's gonna be March 19. Okay, so we're gonna start with the year, it's gonna be 1999, March 30, and the death is just gonna be null. So we're gonna press enter, and it works. So query, okay, so 1 row affected. So let's try it out. So select all from pet like this. So you do the select and from in uppercase letter by convention, and your table is going to be in lowercase. So and then you end up with a semicolon, your statement. So press enter, and let me see the yen. Okay, so as you can see, is now we have 10 rows, and the last row, the owner is the yen, and the yen has a new animal, and the species of this animal is a hamster. The name of this hamster is Puffball. The sex is female. This is the date of birth, 1999 March, and the 30. So that is that. And what else do we have here? So okay, a string and date values are specified as quoted strings here. Also with insert, you can insert null directly to represent a missing value. You do not use backslash uppercase letter L, backslash letter M like you do with low data. From this example, you should be able to see that there would be a lot more typing involved to load your records initially, using several insert statements rather than a single load data statement. So we have that, and as you can see, we have this table name pet, and we have the 6 columns, and now we only had 9 rows, but since we updated it, so pretty much we add one individually, so we add a new record manually. So now we have 10 rows. So that is what we have here, and now we are gonna move into the next part. That is gonna be, let me see, it's gonna be retrieving information from a table. So this is pretty much what we were doing, but this is the theory. So in the retrieving information from a table, we have selecting all data, we have selecting particular rows, selecting particular columns, sorting rows, date calculations, working with null values, pattern matching, counting rows, and using more than one table. So here the select statement is used to pull information from a table. The general form of the statement is select, and as you can see, is in uppercase letters, what underscore to underscore select from uppercase letter which underscore table, and then where uppercase letter conditions underscore to underscore satisfy, and then we end up with a semicolon. So this is pretty much what I was doing here. So select asterisk from pet, and here what underscore to underscore select indicates what you want to see. This can be a list of columns or asterisk to indicate all columns. So as you can see, I'm typing select asterisk, so and this asterisk represents all columns. So asterisk to indicate all columns, which underscore table, they're talking about this one, indicates the table from which you want to retrieve data. The where close is optional, so I'm not using it since this is optional. I'm just using select asterisk from. The where close is optional if it is present conditions underscore to underscore satisfy species one or more conditions that rows must satisfy to qualify for retrieval. So we have that. So we were already using it in practice, so we were checking out the theory. Let's check out select all data. Okay, so select all data, the simplest form of select, retrieves everything from a table. So we have MySQL select from pet, so this is pretty much what we were doing here, and I'm just gonna type in the page app. So this is the up arrow in my laptop. If I do that, it's just gonna retrieve the previous statement that I was just typing in. So I'm gonna type in select asterisk from pet. So I'm gonna have this again, this table with 6 columns and 10 rows. And let me see, yeah, it looks exactly as the example above. As you can see, we have baffle, the hamster. Okay, so everything is fine. Now this form of select uses the asterisk, which is shorthanded or shorthand for select all columns. This is useful if you want to review your entire table, for example, after you've just loaded it with your initial data set. For example, you may happen to think that the birthday for Bowser doesn't seem quite right. Consulting your original pedigree papers, you find that the correct birth year should be 1989, not 1979. There are at least 2 ways to fix this. So edit the file pet.txt. so I have it here. This is the file. I name it here pet. Okay, so it's gonna be pet.txt, so that's fine. Okay, so we edit it to correct the error, then empty the table and reload it using the delete and load data. So let me see, let's try it out. So okay, consulting Bowser. Okay, so what is Bowser? Let me see, Bowser. Okay, instead of 79 it should be 89, so that's what they're saying. Consulting. Okay, the correct year should be 1989, not 79. So okay, so let's try it out. So instead of here, the owner is Diane, the animal is Bowser, and we're gonna update the birth update. It's not gonna be 1979, it's gonna be 1989. So I'm gonna save it, and let me see, let's open it to see if it works. Okay, so I updated it to 1989. So right now what we are gonna use the delete statement and the load data. So we're gonna go into our terminal, and pretty much we are just gonna type in uppercase letter delete from. So it's gonna be delete from the table pet, semicolon at the end to end up this statement, and let's try it out. Okay, 10 rows affected, and now we're gonna put in load data and file into the table. So let me see, yeah, what I can do is I can just copy this little part here So just to save a little time, so load data local and file. And again, okay, so what we are gonna do right now is I'm gonna type in my path. So my path is in the C programming, and this has to be /. So I'm gonna type it in here, and okay, so I'm gonna change it to /. It cannot be /. Okay, so load data local and file. This is my path, and it's gonna be in the pet.txt table. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see if it throws some errors. So let's. Okay, I didn't throw any errors this time. So query okay, now 9 rows affected. Okay, so in the previous one it was 10 rows affected. Now in this one is 9 rows affected. Why? Because we updated one manually, the hamster for Diane, so the path ball. So let's see how it looks like right now. So we're gonna put in select. It's gonna be select from, and it's gonna be pet and semicolon at the end. And as you can see, let me see, it was Buffy, no, then Bowser. Okay, Bowser. Okay, as you can see, the date of birth has been updated from 1979 to 1989, so it has been successful. But as you can see, we only have 9 rows, so the hamster animal is no longer here. So puffball, the hamster of the end, is no longer here, so we deleted it in the process. And as you can see here, however, if you do this, you must also re-enter the record for puffball, as I was telling you. Fix only the erroneous record with an update statement. So let me see. Okay, we can just leave the hamster like right now, and let's focus and fix only the erroneous record with an update statement. So let me see, update pet set birth, and we are gonna, okay, so Bowser, update pet set birth, where name is Bowser. So let's try it out, but let's modify it. Well, let's modify it back to okay, so let's go to the terminal, and let me see, a little bit smaller like this, and we're gonna type in update this time, and it's gonna be, we're gonna update the table pet, we're gonna set birth like this, and this time we are gonna set the birth inside single quotes, and it's gonna be, let's update instead of Bowser, let's update Slim. Okay, so it's gonna be 1996, so let's put in 1999 like that. And yeah, let's keep it at the same 04, that is gonna be and then it's gonna be 29. So we have that, and then uppercase letters, and we're gonna using the where statement, where uppercase letter, and then no lowercase is gonna be name, and the name is gonna be not Bowser, but because we are modifying the name, is gonna be the snake is gonna be Slim with uppercase L, and then we're gonna end up this with a semicolon. So let's see if this works. So let's do a review. So it's gonna be update the pet table, set birth, and we're gonna set it to 1999, April 29th. And this one is April 29. The only difference is we're changing the year from 1996 to 1999. So where the where statement is in capital letters, and the name is in lowercase letters, and we are setting it to a Slim. So we're gonna be modifying the last one, and let's press enter. Let's see what happens. So okay, query okay, 1 row affected, 0.0 seconds. Okay, rows match, 1 change. Okay, and 1 warning. So let's check out if it works. So select from all columns from the pet tables. Let me see if a Slim has changed, and let's Slim. Okay, as you can see, I modify it from 1996 to 1999, so it has worked. And if you want, you can just pretty much add individually your row for the hamster. You just have to do the insert into pet, and then you just type in this whole thing, and you can play around and modify the date of birth of the other animals. And again, you would do it with the low pet. Okay, so with the update statement, so you just put update, the name of the table, set birth, or I don't know, maybe death, the date of death. Let me see. And you can just play around with these values, and that is set for the okay, so where we are here for the update. So the update changes only the record in question and does not require you to reload the table, so that's fine. So there is an exception to the principle that select asterisk selects all columns. If a table contains invisible columns, asterisk does not include them. For more information, you can see the section 13.1.20.10 invisible columns. So we have that, and that is the selecting all data. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and you can play around with this